All right, I'm right outside of Dexa Fit in Dallas. I'm about to get my body fat scanned. I'm going to show you guys my results, kind of explain, my training recently. I'm about 6 months out from my first bodybuilding competition. So I'm going to explain the results and explain to you guys why it's a good idea to not just go off the scale and track your body fat measurement to record your progress.
Okay, just watch your head going back. Yep, you're good. Now you can turn your palms in towards your side, yep. I'll have you scoot just a tiny bit towards me this way. Yep, perfect. Okay. And just try to stay as still as possible, about 6 minutes here, and then we'll compare from that last one.
Okay.
Just a few minutes here. You're good to hop off and figure out.
All right, you guys, so I just got my results and I am a little bit disappointed in where I'm sitting. So let me get the results here. But had about 3 months in between scans, and previously I was 184 pounds total mass. Lean mass was 152.1. Body fat was 13.2%. I had a little bit of visceral fat last time, so that's 1 plus. This time I had 0 visceral fat. My body fat did go down by 1%, so I'm at 12.2% body fat. But my lean mass did go down as well, so I'm at 150.4, so it went down about a little over 1.5 pounds of muscle, but I did lose more fat than muscle, so I think I lost like 4 pounds of fat. So total mass is 180 today. So, even though these aren't the results that I was hoping for, getting this data, guys, is what it's all about, right? Because I have a coach, right? And I am a coach, and we're always asking our clients to get measurements like this, right? Body fat measurements, so we're not just going off the scale. Because I was kind of in a recomp phase, right? Attempting to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, which is the standard I hold myself to and my clients to when they're trying to recomposition, change their body composition. I hold the standard of we can lose pure fat and gain muscle at the same time, right? So not quite the results I was hoping for, but it gives us the data. And I texted my coach, right? It gives us the data to go back to the drawing boards, see what adjustments we need to make to improve moving forward, right? So I've had Dexa scans where I've been very pleasantly surprised, or not really surprised, but just like I've been very pleased with the results, right? I've had Dexa scans from one scan to the next that I was like, okay, we made tons of progress, and it gives us data like, let's just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep doing what you're doing, right? And then I've had Dexa scans like this, where I see it and it lets me know like, okay, we need to kind of go back to the drawing boards. Let's see what we need to change to make sure that the next scan is better, right? And this is what I try to tell my clients. They've had scans where they haven't been as pleased as well, but then the very next scan we get, because we make the right adjustments, they have amazing results, right? So having that data, having that to work off of, allows you to make educated adjustments to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. So seeing this, I texted my coach. I'm pretty sure we're going to up the calories a little bit more, going into more of a growth phase. Like I said, I'm about 6 months out from my bodybuilding competition, my first bodybuilding competition. So we're in, shifting into more of a growth phase. We're recomping a little bit in the beginning. We're going to lean into the lean bulk, no pun intended. And try to put on, some well-placed muscle, right, in the right places, the upper chest, the shoulders, the places that make me more aesthetic, so that coming into the prep, right, when it gets a little bit closer, about 3-4 months out from my show, we can aggressively lose body fat and just reveal everything that we've built, right? So texted him. I'm sure we'll probably up the calories and macros a little bit, but I don't want to put on too much fat either, right? We're the whole goal for us was to stay between this 12 to 13% while I'm in a lean bulk, recomp / lean bulk right now, so that the prep isn't like I'm not killing myself to get to a certain level of leanness, right? So I'll get one more scan, probably 3 to 4 months out from my show, and I'm gonna scan right around my show to see how lean I am, and document that. But I'm gonna be completely transparent. This was not the results that I wanted, but I'm confident that this will allow us to go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna, train more intensely on my end as well. Make sure I'm adding that stimulus to my muscles that they need to grow, and I'm confident that the next scan is gonna be better. So, guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this, shows you it's not always perfect, right? Progress isn't always 100% linear, but track everything you need to track. Make the adjustments when you see the measurements, and that's going to ensure you that over time you're moving in the right direction. Okay, so guys, if you don't have a Dexa scan near you, because these are like the top of the line body fat measurements, and these cost anywhere from like $80 to $100 every time you get this done. If you don't have either access to it or that's a little bit out of your budget for a body fat scan, you can get an in-body scan that they do read a little bit lower, right? From what I've seen, usually the Dexa is going to read like 2% higher, but this is the gold standard, right? The gold standard body fat measurement, the most accurate you can get, is a Dexa scan. Okay, the in-body is pretty dang good, but just know that you're probably 2% higher than what the in-body is going to tell you. Okay, so if I would have went and got an in-body today, it probably would have been around 10% is what it would have told me. Okay, but if you want to do an in-body scan, I'm going to kind of walk you through. I'll put a screen recording when I edit this as well. You can just go to inbodyusa.com, scroll to the very bottom where it says testing locations near me, put in your zip code, call some of those options that are near you, and just, talk to whoever's at the front desk or whatever. Say, hey, do you guys allow me to make an appointment, or can I pay or even get a free in-body scan where those testing locations are at, and you can typically find somewhere pretty dang close to you to get that done. So, as you can see, because my weight went from 184 to 180, it's like the scale, I would have had no idea what's going on with my progress outside of this. So highly, highly, highly encourage you, along your fitness journey. Doesn't have to be every month, doesn't even have to really be every quarter. I do it about every quarter, but at the very least once a year. But I would encourage like every 6 months or so, get a body fat measurement to know what's happening with your muscle mass and your pure body fat, right? So hope this was helpful for you. Again, strongly encourage you to do this. Comment if you got any questions on this. I'll try to document my next body fat scan. I promise you that one's gonna be better, but I'm still gonna show you guys the whole journey, right? And I still think I'm making progress, right? Because if you really think about it, I could have gained muscle in the right aesthetic areas and lost muscle elsewhere, right? So I am doing less leg work right now, because bodybuilding competition, I'm coming from doing a powerlifting competition where it's like obviously my legs have to be very big and strong. And I was bulking for that, but going into a bodybuilding competition, the legs are important, but the upper body is definitely more of what they're paying attention to. So that could come into play on how I lost maybe a little bit of muscle in my legs. All that being said, I'm not going to make a ton of excuses. I'm going to go back to the drawing board, make sure the next scan is better. But I hope this is helpful for you. Again, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video, and in the meantime, elevate every damn day. Peace.
Elevate. Only obligation is to tell it straight.